Jax, do
Mm-hmm.
you ever leave your Astartes bolt pistol
No,
behind?
it's my pistol. I'm going to case a hostile territory. I don't leave it in the room.
All right, TB, would you? I think you can slash GM roll like 1d100, and then I'll be the only person who sees the result. Would you
Okay.
give me an awareness test? That's just a perception test against half of your perception value if you don't have awareness trained.
I have no idea if I have awareness trainer.
You should also, TB, describe what kind of search you do, because as a simple man from a very hostile planet, I will notice if perhaps my underwear has been sniffed or something like that. Like, I will come in and
This underwear looks like it's been sniffed.
sweaty balls of Jaxs Room. Very good. May the
This
machine
appears
god
to be the
bless my
stench of
nostrils.
Nurgle.
So
All
TB, give me that roll if you please.
So that's slash GM roll.
Yeah.
There you go.
Did that go
And-
through to you?
Let's see. Wait, no, I totally. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so you very thoroughly investigate Jax's room, and you can determine that he keeps the tech heresy on himself at all times.
Can I determine exactly where he keeps it when he is sleeping, for instance?
Yes, you can. Jax, where do you keep it when you're sleeping?
I would imagine he does, like, with a big bolt pistol like that, it's on his belt next to the bed or something like that.
All right, yeah. You see, Engelbart, you look at the bed, which is a very finely wrought bed. It's like oak carved, very rich. Like the barracks here that they've put you in, they've put you each in separate rooms. It's pretty lush, warmly lit with glowing light. The beds are very lush and soft and restful. And there's scratches on the bottom of the bedpost where it looks like something big and clunky's been scraping against it every evening. So that's where you think Jax has been keeping this Astartes bolt pistol.
Well, it's not around now, so I can't do much with it. I will have to patiently wait.
All right. So the week ends. Fricks, you're basically just getting seen to by Medic Havelock?
Yes.
Right on. So, Fricks, over the course of the week, you heal, I think, 3 more points of damage. Because that's your toughness bonus, and
Up to 4.
you're receiving medical care.
All right. So, are we at the end of the week then?
Yeah.
All right. I'd like to heal myself one more time.
Oh, awesome. Go ahead and
So,
give yourself that roll.
Before we do this, throughout the week, since I believe Fricks to be a liability, I'm kind of like walking past her room a little bit more than I should be and trying to like look in to see what the fuck she's up to.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't trust her at all, especially when she stood over my bed last playthrough and told me that.
That was a bit creepy.
Yeah,
You-
yeah. I was a
You,
little-
you sound a little bit like the pervert here, Eli.
So I'm just
Who
kind of
is
like
the pervert?
exactly.
Yeah, which
That's what we're actually playing. Who's
They're
the
just
pervert?
creeping on each other.
It's a new game on the
Um,
41st.
Um,
yeah.
Then before I get started, am I aware? Do I notice anything like Eli?
Give me an awareness check.
Okay.
Can I roll against this or something, or is it just?
Yeah.
That'd be what,
1d100, and it's
Okay.
against your perception. And I think
Okay.
it's half of your perception. I don't think you've trained awareness. Or did you take it?
I did.
Yeah,
Sure.
then it's your full perception
Oh,
value.
great.
Okay. 46.
Okay. And let's see here. Eli, we have to figure out what you're rolling in order to
So would it be agility for being
to
quiet
resist this.
and
Yeah.
sneaky? Because I'll take that 38 and roll against it.
Eli, roll your agility.
Oh, okay. You didn't say yes. I was just waiting. Roll the. Oh boy.
Oh man, awesome. Okay, well,
Okay.
you both failed.
They can't sense each other at all. They're like,
So
It's not
basically,
remotely
like,
uncommon.
Eli, you kind of just seem like you're like coming over to talk to Fricks, and like every time you come over, she's just sort of there, awake, and like talking to you. And she's just so oblivious with all of the drugs that she's being pumped with and all the care of Medic Havelock. She doesn't even notice that you're visiting like more often than usual.
Perfect.
Maybe she just thinks
you're
you're
attempting to engage in coitus. Would you like me to apply the sacred unguents?
maybe so. She just thinks you're being a little extra friendly, Eli.
Perfect. Okay, I'll take that.
Cool. So it's the day of the masquerade. And,
Oh, did you want to heal yourself, Fricks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm still gonna heal.
Awesome. Give us that roll. We'll give you the benefit of your invocation as well.
Yeah. So I'll roll a 1d10 and a 7,
That's good.
and roll a 1d5 for the heal,
Oh,
and fuck.
Yep. But that brings you up to what, 4 hit points now?
he
No,
was at 4,
5
now it's
now.
5.
Okay, so now you're at
Gee.
5. What's your max HP? 10?
10.
Yeah, well that brings you out of seriously damaged. So now you're healing 1 hit point per day,
nice.
or 3
That's
with
good.
medical care.
Which we're
Right.
getting, right?
Yes.
Oops.
I'm full now, by the way, so I should just go ahead. Because we're at
Yeah,
the
I
best
think
game of the
actually,
week now.
Everyone's full except Fricks.
Everyone else is full. Jaxs, you were the only one who's being really active.
Yeah.
TotalBiscuit, you were down 2 hit points, so you're full, even though you were active. Eli, you were down 3, but you've been hanging out a little more, right?
Yeah, I was just cleaning my guns
Yep.
and weapons and all that shit.
Awesome. All right, cool. Well, it's the evening of the masquerade, and Karna Phaedrus has laid out like a whole series of masks that you can wear. There's like masks that look like butterflies and masks that look like some sort of like just pale face without any features on it. There's masks that look like hideous aliens. There's all sorts of crazy stuff.
I, with reticence, grabbed the white-faced masked one, I guess.
Okay.
Kind of sigh and laugh about people on different planets.
I need to write this down. Jaxs, white mask. Engelbart, what kind of a mask are you looking for this masquerade?
Something that doesn't irritate my sensitive skin, no doubt.
You could go with like a half mask. It's just
Yeah,
covering.
well, the bottom of my face is already covered by rebreather implants, so yeah, let's go for a half mask.
All right. What color, Engelbart?
The Adeptus Mechanicus is not concerned with the color.
He chooses black.
This is the most efficient of all colors.
Eli?
Is there like a something that would be particular? I guess red. I'm trying to think. I guess is there a red butterfly? I'll take the red butterfly.
Beautiful.
Wow. Whoa.
And Fricks.
I start going through the table and I immediately see all these stupid looking red butterflies, so I knock them off the table, but I find this one mask that is sort of 2 faces. One is white and one is black. One kind of looks like it's in agony and the other one
Ooh.
maybe smiling. I put it on.
Do you have clothes yet?
Yes.
Okay. So,
They
not-
provided her with clothes.
Yes.
Okay.
Karna
This is the
Phaedrus
mask
was
that
kind
Fricks
enough to...
deserves, but not the one she
Actually,
needs, right?
Karna Phaedrus was kind enough to donate a couple of her own gowns to
Wow.
Fricks,
Oh,
who now is
Yeah.
is looking like she's wearing much wealthier clothes than she's ever worn before in her
Hot.
life. Yeah.
She needed both of the gowns in order to completely cover her.
they had to sew them together. That's what I
I'm
saw when
still
I went.
hot,
I kept
bitch.
going by her room and she was just sewing these gowns together. the
Yeah,
entire
yeah.
time.
Awesome. So the ballroom that they've rented is once again it's Lafleur, which is the ballroom that you were in previously. Security is very tight. It's very well contained, and the evening kicks off with a roar. Everybody starts getting in at about 10 p.m. There's a band of musicians in the corner playing stately courtly dances, etc. Karna Phaedrus and Judica Phaedrus are both in attendance. Judica looks much recovered from her unfortunate events. Enforcer Lupus is there as well, under the purveyance of Head Enforcer Lyra, who is the head enforcer for House Phaedrus. She's very seriously and sternly scowling out at the crowd. Lupus is a little more relaxed. He has a drink, but his eyes are very obviously watching very carefully. Other individuals in attendance. Jaxs, over the course of the evening, pretty early on, you run into Enforcer Craig. He's there as well. And then there's just a complete menagerie of noblemen, their attendants, their wives and mistresses, and just everybody is out in this ball. The chandeliers are lit with bright, glowing golden light that bathes the scene below. There is a balcony at the end of the ballroom with 2 grand staircases on either side leading up. And at about 11 p.m., as everybody's really settled in and been munching on the trays of delicacies and consuming copious amounts of drink, Karna and Judica Phaedrus, they motion to the 4 of you to join them, and they stride up the right-hand side of this grand staircase. Do you join them? Awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. She joins with you at the top. You look down at the crowd. She holds up her champagne glass, and she dings on it with a silver fork. Actually, you notice that this particular silver fork comes out of her pocket. She's never used it for eating. It appears to be a silver fork explicitly for knocking on a champagne glass.
Nice.
And the crowd slowly falls.
Really, we noticed that.
Yeah, totally.
We did.
You
Our
did.
knowledge of forks and the Empress Holy Inquisition is second to none.
Ringing fork.
Exactly. Well, one of you did take Forbidden Lore forks, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I believe
Yeah,
I do
see?
have that, yes.
There you go.
Eli.
Good.
Catch a can standard, obviously.
Yeah. So she calls for silence and she says, "Noblemen and noblewomen, I have gathered you all here today to celebrate the recovery of my only daughter, Judica, from the hands of her abductors at the ball 2 weeks ago. And here before you I present her rescuers." And she holds a hand out and gestures to the 4 of you. And she names each of you by name. She says, Engelbart Kappa, Eli, Frix Pilgrim, and Jaxs Romulus took it upon themselves, these 4 strangers to me, these 4 strangers to Samson IV, these 4 strangers to Eutraxis itself, have done me a great service. And in recognition of their service to my family, I have offered them permanent position within my enforcement, and I give to them these rewards of throne gelt, 500 apiece. And she has a servitor bring out a tray that has 4 velvet, like royal purple velvet pouches. He brings it towards you, and each of them feels very heavy, full of throne gelt, and there's 500 each. So go ahead and mark that down on your character sheets.
Perfect.
Done.
Make it rain.
The
How
crowd
much is the
erupts.
pouch worth? I want to sell that.
Actually, it's probably not super cheap. It looks like a very high quality cloth that this pouch has been cut from. So the crowd erupts in cheers. They all toast your name, and the party roars to action once again.
Kind of give a nod, a Boba Fett nod, and just walk back into the crowd.
Yeah.
Boba Fett nut. Oh, God.
As the evening continues, the musicians strike up a dance. Now, throughout the crowd, there's really a wide array of people here. Jaxs, what are you doing now after being rewarded and toasted? You have a number of people coming up to shake your hands and thank you.
Jack's perspective is that he's extremely uncomfortable with these kind of places. He's not used to it at all, but he understands that being a servant of the Inquisitor, he needs to be able to blend into anything, so he's kind of taking it as almost practice. So when he talks to people, it's that thing that some people do where they're like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. He's like, and it's so nice to meet you too. I am happy to meet you. It's very much so like this is Jaxs trying to act, and he's not very good at it.
Awesome. Well, that as the crowd of the throng of people pass you by, you see one woman in the crowd from probably 20 feet away. She's wearing a full face veil, not actually a mask, just a black veil over her face, and she's wearing this incredibly revealing red gown. That's
Does she
basically
wear it
just
well?
like she does wear it well.
Okay.
It's basically just like straps over her bosom, and then like there's like slashes across her midriff, and on the left hand side it's like 4 inches long, and it goes down to the right hand side all the way.
Jeff,
to the
are you about to go 2 for 2 on with another DM?
Yeah, oh yeah. This interests me greatly, so I definitely approach.
You have
But
seen
first,
her.
I take a flute of champagne off of a servitor and walk it towards her.
All right.
Second.
You've actually seen her eyeing you for the past couple of minutes. So when you walk up to her, she greets you fairly warmly. She says, "Hello, Jaxs."
Well, I do not have the pleasure of knowing your name, little lady, and I hand her the flute of champagne.
She takes the flute of champagne from you, and you notice that she's just like really muscular. Not like bodybuilder muscular, but she's obviously incredibly toned, and she moves with this incredibly lithe grace. She grabs it from your hand gently, and
Still interested.
she drinks it straight back. Gone.
Just gone?
Yep. And she says, "My name is Kalia Rexus. It's a pleasure to meet you. Shall we dance?"
Your name is Erexus?
Kalia is her
Interesting.
first name.
That is
Rexus is her last name.
very
Should
relevant.
the Eridol Lord of the Burning Legion by any chance?
I would be
That's extra
most
heretical.
happy to have a dance with the young lady, but I'm not so good if you don't mind.
She says, "I certainly don't," and she grabs your hand and pulls you towards the dance floor. And you're dancing with her. She's incredibly graceful, even though, well, why don't you give us an agility roll?
Oh boy.
Sure. This is going to go well. I leer from the corner, by the
My
way.
agility
Here it's 30.
is 30. Is it 30? Yes. Okay. Whoa.
man.
Shit.
So let me... All right, I actually jump on top of the chandelier and tap
He pauses for a second.
onto the flute of champagne she put on the ground. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. He pauses for a second. He's like, "Let me show you the
Yes.
dance of my people."
You know what? I would like to see, actually, can you roll for her agility? Because I have a feeling that I am outdancing the living shit out of Yeah,
Ooh.
I
She
felt it.
succeeds.
But-
She's incredibly graceful, but she's actually not nearly as graceful as you are at this moment.
Now, make sure and factor that in, because I just said that I'm not a very good dancer, and I'm like, super dance, man.
Well, Engelbart, you're watching from the corner, leering as it may be, and you
In
see
a slightly creepy fashion.
this incredibly sensual, almost like tango-like dance where like she's like escaping from him and he's like pulling her back, and then he's like escaping from her and she's like chasing after him, and like the entire dance floor basically clears to like look at the two of them.
Jax appears to be in hand-to-hand combat. I'll draw my las carbine and aim it
Surely a
squarely
grenade
at
is
his
the appropriate
opponent.
response.
Oh god.
Awesome. While this is going on, Eli, where are you? While the two of them basically command the dance floor.
Sure. So I would think, since Eli kind of grew up in nobility, he's been to many dances like this and ballrooms like this. So he's fitting in, and he's living it up and enjoying the festivities and drinking, talking to all the nobles, being very social, because he feels
Awesome.
like he's at home.
Great. Let's see. Would you give me an awareness roll, Eli?
Sure. I
Okay.
think I rolled that
yeah.
last time.
Well, so it goes. You eventually end up with a young noblewoman approaches you. She's dressed in a courtly black gown with a white flower at her throat. And she says, "Good day to you, sir. I hear you were instrumental in the savior of Judica Phaedrus."
I say, yes, you are correct. That was me and my compatriots.
She says, My name is Diona.
Diana?
Diona with an O.
I'm like, oh,
Well, that's an
okay.
entirely different matter there.
Mine is Eli. It's a pleasure to meet you, milady.
She holds out a hand and shakes yours gently. She says, I've heard that you're quite a good shot with a hunting rifle.
You've heard correctly.
She says, may we speak in private for a moment?
Of course.
She pulls you aside to one of the side chambers. All around this ballroom, there's a whole bunch of like antechambers where individuals are disappearing into and out of with some regularity. She leads you to one that's unoccupied, and she sits down on one of the plush leather sofas around a small round table. She says, please have a seat.
Sure. What can my rifle do for you?
She says,
Whoa. I
I know. Very
are you
forward.
trying
You've been waiting
to
for someone to ask you about your rifle, haven't you?
are you trying to seduce or manipulate her?
No, I just say this in. She
What
can take
my
that however
rifle
she
do
wants.
For you?
Would you
Okay.
like to anoint the Emperor's weapon?
Wow. She says, that is exactly what I'd like to discuss. You see, I represent a group of individuals, a group that is mightier together than any one of us would be separate. We are called the Shadow Cradle. We are a death cult in the service of the Emperor of
Assassin
mankind.
I'm like, perfect.
She says, we've taken notice of your abilities, and we would like to offer you the opportunity to join us.
Sounds great. I'm very interested.
Has he successfully killed anything in this campaign yet?
I'm just giving you a
I'm
kiss.
just curious.
He almost did, TV. Okay.
I think I
the
hit
requirements
that.
for death cults are so low these days. They've really let
You
themselves
would
go.
say that, wouldn't you, TV? I'm gonna journal about you later.
She says, very well, but first we'd like to give you a test to make sure you're up to the task.
Of course.
She
I am writing
said-
all this down in my journal, by the way. Once she says that she's interested in the death cult.
Good. She says, there's a man here at this very ball that you know. You've seen him before. In fact, he's been in your crosshairs before. He must die, Eli.
Does this man have a name?
His name is Cortez, and you recognize this name, Eli. This is the nobleman that you have been sort of following, and you followed him to Samson 4. And he's the one that you tried to kill, and then a couple of people came into the room where you were taking aim, and you lost your shot.
Okay. So I ask her, does this need to be done tonight? How quickly?
It does not, but there is a 30-day limit for, in 30 days, he will be leaving Samson 4.
Okay. Do you care by how he dies? Do you want it poison? You want it public, private? How would you like him killed?
The matter is entirely in your hands. Traditionally, death cults prefer to murder their individuals with close combat and skill, and drink their blood in praise of the God Emperor of mankind. But for this, your inauguration, we will leave it up to you to show your expertise.
Perfect. All right. And how should I contact you once it's done, or will you contact me?
She says, you're staying at House Phaedrus, are you not?
I am. I think. I hope that's where I'm staying.
Yes.
It is where you're staying. You're
Yeah.
staying in the barracks.
Okay.
She says, leave a red stone near the main wrought iron gates of House Phaedrus when you are ready to talk once again.
Okay. Will do.
Are you,
Fricks,
what?
did you have something to say?
No, I've just been watching. I'm people watching at the thing. I'm sure that Eli was going to work
okay.
out
I'll
something.
ask. Does anyone dance with Fricks? Does anyone at all?
Let's see. Fricks, would you give me a fellowship roll?
A
Of
rather
course.
flaccid, kind of overweight, balding man approaches Fricks and says, "Do you like Taco Bell?" Fricks, what do you...
85.
Oh.
Yes, a rather flaccid, overweight, balding man approaches Fricks and says, do you like rat tacos?
As
He
a
says-
matter of fact, I do.
He says, I like rat tacos. Do you want to dance?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Give me an agility roll, Fricks.
This is over by the
Okay.
buffet,
God,
of course,
so
right?
well.
That's where this is occurring.
Yeah, it's over by the buffet.
Okay.
57.
Not bad.
Okay. Ooh, very nice. This
Whoa.
overweight flaccid man grabs you, Fricks, and you're just kind of like a rag doll in his hands as he's sort of like spinning you around left to right. And would you give me that awareness test, please?
Diamond in the rough over here.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't see anything. You're too busy.
so entranced.
You're
Am I getting dizzy? Am
you
I
feel
nauseous?
the bile rising in your throat as the room starts to spin, and the doors to the hall burst open, and in strides Chet Helmsworthy,
Oh shit.
and he looks at Jaxs and he looks at Kalia and he says, "Kalia Rexus, you whore." Why don't we
Help
take
me
a
remember who
break?
Chet is again.
Chet Helmsworthy was one of the guys he was the guy in the melee combat in the very first session.
Oh,
wow.
I think he got the pants kicked out of him.
And Carrie left Chet.
Yes, Carrie Ophaly
Oh
left.
God, you
Yes.
guys read those letters and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's take a break
lives, Dark Heresy edition.
since it's time to buy Team Liquid t-shirts.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a break.
There you go.
So
take a
we'll
quick
come
break.
back in a few minutes.
Sounds good. We'll see you guys then. 3-minute break, and then we'll come back going into hour number 2. Thanks for watching. See you then.